moved this camera last night to do something. And now it's gonna be funky. I guess that's good enough. Let's see, is he in frame? Because I also was messing with the zoom when I was doing stuff. He's kinda in frame. Alright. So, not too late of a start here today. Sorry we're not doing Coral Island today. Like I said yesterday, I really need to get this done, and it turns out I forgot to fluff some more, of this blue, so we'll see how far we get. I'm definitely gonna have to do that later tonight. I'm thinking, because this isn't gonna be enough to cover all of our boy here. It's just not. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. So his little joint here needed to be re-wrapped because he was a little bit broken there. I wasn't quite happy with his state of attachment. Forgot I need to turn him this way. Alright. Wait, I just had the end. Okay. There it is. Alright. So, it's Thursday. Hope everybody is having a good Thursday. Hopefully you are. Hopefully all of your gifts are coming together for whatever holiday that you are celebrating. And that all of your holiday plans are falling into place without too much stress. I'm stressing because I really need to get this Dino done. I might have to do some extra work on him. Off stream for sure. Because there's just not enough hours available in the day right now for me to get this guy done on stream with everything else I'm trying to get done. So we're trying our best. This guy is a little bit more time consuming because we have to shuffle him all around and stuff. I'm not sure why that piece of foam is so discolored. Like, it sort of looks like nicotine stains, but nobody in the house smokes. Although it could be maybe picked up oil in the air from the incense sticks. That's possible. I suppose. but it's fine. Not gonna bother us any for what we're doing. I mean, we're just gonna end up destroying it, stabbing through it anyway. Well, stabbing as gently as we can, because we have our wire in here that we need to be mindful of. Oh, I'm so tired. I had to get up a bit early for me. We had to run to the store to do some of our grocery shopping. Wasn't able to get all of it though. We're gonna have to do another trip out possibly tomorrow. So all we did was go to Sam's today to get the bigger stuff like cat litter and cat food and some of our bulk purchases. I know I'm extra tired because my one eye has been pissed since I woke up. And it always gets like that. When I don't get quite enough sleep. Alright. Or it could just be bad allergy day. That is entirely possible. What on earth am I hearing? I don't know if it's coming from inside the house or outside the house. Didn't think it was the husband. I thought he ran to the store now for my mom. See what we can do to get this all attached in here. Now again, this is going to take a little bit of time to attach. A, because of the angle that we're at, and B, because of the skeleton that we got going on in there. But we haven't bent this one yet, so this needle, so that's good. We're off to a good start there. So, don't know how long it'll be before we hit that skeleton hard enough to bend this, but hopefully we don't. Alright, so again, just be careful with your finger placement. Oh, you're back faster than I thought you were gonna be. Where'd you go? Just down the street?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into my line.
Okay. Alright. So we will just make sure that where we just stabbed through, we're stabbing back in. See, it was being a little bit unruly there. Not tremendously so, but enough that I do want to make sure that we've given this a fair shake here and attaching. I mean, you can kind of tell when you rub your hand over it. If the fibers are loose and you want them tighter, and just go back over and re-stab through the area, basically. So as soon as Christmas is done, or I'm done this last Christmas gift, whichever comes first, because this might be gifted a little bit late. I hope not, but the potential is there for this to not be done on time. Then we'll get back into Coral Island. I think we had just started summer. Or we're like a couple of days into summer. If memory serves. Haven't really had the chance to pop back in there yet. So husband and I finalized our plan for our challenge zoo that we're going to be doing with each other. So that might actually start on Saturday. I don't want to do it in place of Streamland, since we're in the middle of a build over there. So we'll probably start that Saturday instead of one of the other things. And like I said, that's gonna be when I have time and when he has time, sort of thing. That's not gonna be on a specific day, especially considering I can't always stream on Saturday. But definitely as he's up to it project, and if he's only up to doing a recording that week, then we'll just do a recording that week. But I'll be here with him. I'm not sure which one of us is starting first. He might be. And we're gonna go over our build parameters and such. I don't know, maybe we'll make a screen crawler for our parameters. I'll have to talk to him about that. Or I could just stick them into MooBot. I could do that. If I didn't have to take care of so much stuff for WoW challenges, I would redo a website and just put a blog up so we can put the photos and stuff and YouTube links and everything. But to be perfectly honest, I'm already kind of spread thin at the moment. I guess we could just use Ko-fi for that. I suppose. Speaking of, I still have to get a photo of my dad's finished piece. Up in all the places, and I don't know if I got the I don't know if I got photos of all of the ornaments up or not in all of the places. I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking I didn't put them up on Ko-fi. I'm gonna have to check that later tonight. And for some reason I'm feeling like I missed posting something on Instagram, but that could just be the my dad's ornament, the boat. This is a very awkward angle trying to attach this at. This whole project's been nothing but awkward angles, I gotta say. I always seem to have limbs in my face. I guess I could have worse things in my face, but it certainly doesn't help being able to see. Alright. So we'll go as, I'm not gonna say as long as we're able to. What time is it? It's 4:30. We'll probably have to stop about 6:30. So that we can make dinner. I don't foresee me being back later tonight to work on this, because I don't know if the husband and our friend are going to want some time to do stuff. I don't know if he's working today. I don't know. If they even might have an inkling of a plan, but I also have some other stuff that I need to work on. Like I need to not refluff, I need to fluff some more of this color. And well, that's not gonna take not long necessarily. I don't know if you guys really want to sit here and watch me do that live. But I think with how irritated my eye is today, we might just do the one stream today. Tomorrow we will be working on Planet Zoo, because I'm gonna need a break from working on this guy. Alright. So, see how we can go here. I'm really hoping we get this done in time for Christmas, but I've got a shit ton of baking I have to do at some point over the next week. My mom's decided she wants cookies. I told her I'd make the one set of cookies from scratch, and she's like, no, I want something to do. I'm just gonna do them from the tube. I said, do you want to do them from scratch? You can use the mixer. I have the stand mixer. That's what I made them in the last time. And she's like, no, that's too much. I was like, alright. You said you wanted something to do, so I figured that would give you something to do. So I guess she just didn't want that much to do. She only wanted a little something to do. Okay. Let's see here. Are we looking pretty good there, Mr. Dino? With your leg? Mr. Original Dino. I gave him a middle name yesterday. What the fuck was it? It was Reginald something Dino Man or something. Wasn't it? I remember the first name being Reginald. I don't remember what the hell the rest of it was that I said. If anybody remembers, I guess I could just go watch the VOD. Alright. I was starting to think that we weren't really making that much progress here, but at the same time we were up here, so I guess we're sort of making progress. Now I'm gonna have to be a little extra careful as we get closer to the foot piece here, because this isn't as thickly attached as it is up here for whatever reason. That roving layer isn't quite as robust. Yes, Mr. Skeleton, I feel you. Definitely feel you in there. For sure. Be a little bit careful in here. Geez, no matter what angle I'm coming in at, I'm hitting that middle bar in there. Alright, let me turn you over. I think we're sliding out of frame anyhow. Alright, so I don't necessarily want to put this into the padding here. Oof. Every time I hit that hard tap, I'm just like, oh god. Like, please don't let me be hitting it that hard. Sometimes I don't know my own force that I'm applying here. I feel like I wasn't, you know, stabbing it that hard, and then next thing I know, I've got a bent needle. I start to lose track of the gentle chant in my head here. Probably what it is. I hit a spot where I can go full speed because I'm not feeling the bar, and then I'll like move the needle slightly and forget that I need to be on mission finding and terrain seeking mode. Instead, I'm just like, bam! Oh, right. That bar was in there. Oops. At least it's only a single piece of wire and I don't have it like doubled up or anything. That would probably get a bit extra complicated real fast. And could potentially be rather problematic here. So I'm going to try to keep that from happening as much as we are able to. But we'll see. How we go. Alright, so I'm gonna come in at the side angle here a bit more. I know that bar's in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. I think you have to apply a little bit of force to go through all of the layers. You just can't go too gung-ho right away. Although I will say going slower actually makes my arm feel more tired than if I was just going to town here. Just kind of hilarious. I must admit. Alright. Get this tucked into place. Gently. Gently, gently, gently. Alright, this side needs a bit more fussing, I think. Wait, what direction were you? Okay, you were going in that direction. I lost what direction you were supposed to be laying in there, friend. Oh, the tail was just so much faster to work on. Well, most of the tail was faster to work on. But I think the metal bar stopped around in here. So I could just go at it with the tail. And not have to be super worried about Reggie's skeleton here. Let me get those unprotected fingers out of the way as much as I can. There's gonna be some instances where just how I hold things, I'll probably end up in my own way. I am trying to make the conscious effort to be more aware of my hand placement. And I know that sounds like that should be a no-brainer, like how do you not know where your hands are? It's not that I don't know where my hands are, it's just I'm not thinking about the fact that, oh hey, I'm holding it like this and that finger is not protected. That's really more what it's about. There we go, that's a little bit easier for me to see. It kind of gets my hands out of a precarious holding situation. Kind of. Alright. So work on trying to even out your leg here, buddy. Because you seem a little... I don't know if lopsided is really the word, but... slightly misshapen. Slightly. Now, I'd originally planned on putting some like spots and stuff on this guy. I hope I have time. Like, not necessarily today, but on the whole. He's supposed to get some final touches and things, but we'll see, I guess. Alright. Are we a little too zoomed in? It's possible. Ah! Don't be clicking the wrong shit. Alright, we'll try that. I'm like, he's not fully in frame there. Although he's gonna be a difficult boy to get fully in frame and still be able to see what all's happening. Alright, I'm just getting some more fluff ready. That's where I've disappeared to. Alright. So we're coming around another bendy joint here. Don't know if I'd necessarily call this a knee. It's just some sort of like joint. I guess it could be a knee. Maybe he has two knees. We have this joint up here too. Alright. So I know I'm probably going over a section that I've already touched, but I did overlap the color connection here just a little bit, just to make sure we didn't have any weird banding showing up from where the new piece got placed. Right, so our bone seems to be right here. So I'm gonna try to gently tap in alongside of it. Try being the key phrasing there. Since I can't see its full-on placement. And it seems to be all sorts of wiggly in here. I mean, I'm not surprised that it feels like it's going in a whole bunch of directions. I tried to make it as streamlined as possible. But, you know, shit happens. Alright. Starting to get this bit in here attached. I swear I've done so many streams this week, I feel like it's Friday already. That and the fact that our recycling day changed, so I was already struggling keeping track of the day, moving off my first stream day of the week from Wednesday to Thursday. And now I'm really mentally fucked because they changed our recycling day from Thursday morning to Wednesday morning, and so that means it has to go out Tuesday night instead of Wednesday night, and now I'm just like, what fucking day is it? I don't know. I can't keep up. Stop changing things. There's a very real possibility that the end bit of roving that is covering the bottom of the foot here works its way off before we get down to that section, because it feels a bit loose as my hand is holding onto it here. It's kind of swiveling all over the place. Now we'll take care of that as we add our color, so it's not like a huge problem. Because as the color gets put in, it'll start to tighten up our roving that's already wrapped around and all that. And we'll be able to grip the section above it a little bit better. I just feel like something weird's gonna happen down here on these feet. I had such a hard time even getting this far on the legs with just the roving covering the wire in there. It was a little bit of a struggle. Because this is actually double wrapped on these legs here. It's 2 layers of roving because the first layer just wasn't thick enough. It still felt very wiry, skeletal, I guess, is about the best way I can describe it. So, yeah, we just kind of have to take our time and be careful. As much as I want to blast through this, that is how we end up with a bent needle. Plus, that other needle bent so badly because I was trying to make sure I was going straight up and down, and then realized that that's just not gonna fully work in all of the spots on here. So I'm going straight up and down where I can, but there's other areas where, you know, we just kind of have to go with it just to get it attached in here. As best as we can. So if we have to go a little bit slower in spots, then we have to go a little bit slower. Keeping our fingers out of the way, because the needle is coming through the other side in certain spots. I tell you, there was a lot of traffic when we went to Springdale today. A lot of traffic. And then I wasn't sure if we had ever changed the clock in the car. So we weren't really certain what time it was. 'Cause I was pretty half asleep when we were leaving. And my eye was bugging me, so I was preoccupied about that. So I didn't happen to notice what time it was in the house. He did have his cell phone with him, but we never checked it against the clock. Springdale's not that far away, but when we got in the car it said 1:40, and I was like, I was like, is it really 1:40 or is it 12:40? 1:40 would have been going on too. We got home 3:30, a little after 3. I guess it could have been correct. I didn't think to check it when we got back in the car. At least we managed to beat interstate rush hour. I mean, it was starting to pick up, but it wasn't quite rush hour stupid levels yet. Not quite. Oh my goodness. Alright. Well, that bit of fluff didn't get us too far, did it? I mean, it didn't get too bad, but... I feel like up here's pretty solid. Here is all kinds of willy-nilly. I mean, this turned a little bit, but nowhere near as easily as this did. But, again, that's because, you know, we need to tighten this up and get it patted out a bit more. So we'll see. As we wrap around our next bit of leg junction here. Okay. Seems to be easier to start attaching this. Oh, that was really right up there. Alright, this section of leg does not have hardly any padding on it. Seems to be a little bit easier to attach this on the back. Yeah, that's all kinds of loosey-goosey. Attaching in through there. I really didn't want to have to add another layer of roving at this stage. So we'll see how this feels as we keep going through this section. I might just have to add a little bit extra fluff. This dark teal stuff. Yeah, the wire's right there. Ooh, definitely a different texture feel in thickness between here and here. Not sure what happened. I don't know if the wheels just started coming off the wagon the closer to the foot I got, or if I was just having trouble, or real trouble, attaching that bit in there. Which, you know, it is possible. Alright. Let's see, where are those other two pieces of foam here? To get the angle worked out a bit, or just to get his knee up a little bit higher. Alright, again, super careful because we are super thin on our roving. Now, I don't have a full video on him start to finish. We didn't stream him start to finish, or start to here. So he just kind of appeared in the projects being worked on. So there won't be a video showing how I got started on him. Sorry about that. I really thought I was gonna have him done around working on other things, but life didn't quite work out that way right at the moment. It's going to be hard to see what I'm doing here because there's other legs in the way. It won't be that way for too long. Let's see, I think nope, I am not in camera at all there. Hold on. Alright. Change how I'm sitting so we can get in here a little bit easier. And this is why I didn't I'd started to record him and then I was having trouble keeping him in camera view. So I was like, ah, fuck it. So I stopped recording it. So I don't have that video any longer. So that went to the recycle bin and has long since been deleted. Because space and my PC were getting super angry at each other. But we think we found one of the culprits for why the space kept getting eaten up so fast. I need to go through all of my screenshots though, because it's getting towards the end of the year. I have a ton of screenshots for WoW challenges for stuff that I've done. And all of that stuff should have gone to our backup folder. So I technically don't really need to hold on to them anymore on my personal stuff. So I really need to go in and clean those out. I really need to go through my WoW screenshot folder as well and clean all that out, or at least go through there and see what's there. Ooh. Ooh. Careful. Careful. That wire snuck back up on us as we were working on our knee joint here. So I've kind of got this getting shoved upward thing. I hadn't really planned on it doing that, so that's interesting. Alright, look you. You gotta work with me here, buddy, because you're driving my patience. Something terrible. Driving me nuts. Alright. So, get that. Yeah, because we've got... we're sort of wrapped around in here. I mean, we're obviously gonna have to do a slight haircut when we get there. I was gonna try to do it as we went, but then I realized that was probably kind of silly, because the more we move it around, the more fuzzy parts of it are probably gonna get. So might as well just wait until we're ready to put his skin decorations on, or his markings, however you want to refer to it as. Alright. So yeah, we'll have to end up adding another loop or another bit around this section in here, since I seem to have pushed everything that was supposed to be around this particular joint away from the joint. Not necessarily intentionally, but just kind of worked out that way. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to look through. It's like trying to dress a toddler. Okay. Probably easier to dress a toddler. Alright. So, it's not quite as attached as I want that to be, but I'm gonna add some more over it anyhow. So it'll probably be okay there. Alright. Yeah, we are not as zoomed out as I thought we were. Okay. Oh, friend. Look, Reginald. Why you gotta be difficult? Why do you have to be difficult, Reginald? I don't understand. Sliding all over the place. Alright, just getting this bit of fluff into a shape that I want to work with it in. Alright, so we need to rewrap our knee here. Alright, so this time let's see if we can gently do the front of the knee first. As best as we can. Again, probably gonna take a little bit of fussing. Ooh, yeah, this is not padded out very well. But we're just gonna kind of have to go with it. For now. Because I really don't want to waste time trying to add more fluff to it at this point, more roving. We've already got the leg half wrapped. Just means that I am probably going to have to just bulk this out a little bit more. As we try to slowly and gently, I guess the phrase there would be more emphasis on gently. Although I don't know if you can do a fast gentle. I would think that you would just start to pick up with the momentum and then just not realize that you suddenly weren't being gentle. I mean, I guess some people could pull that off. Probably. Probably. Alright. So, my dear Reginald, you need to get your knee covered up here, buddy. I do not know if Reginald will end up being his permanent name. It seemed like an old name. And I wasn't sure what his name would end up being for what he's supposed to be. And the husband apparently didn't have a name picked out for him already. So husband's in the other room, right? So we can talk a little bit about this because he doesn't go back and watch my shit. So, and he's not in the room modding right now as far as I can tell. So I touched on it a little bit yesterday, but I couldn't really speak that loudly about it because he was right in the other room. This isn't actually a dinosaur. I'm just letting him think it's a dinosaur. It's actually gonna be, he had posted a character idea on looking for artist Reddit post, trying to see what people would come up with for this D&D character idea he had. I don't know if he remembered that he did that, but he was like really interested and excited to see what people were gonna do with it. But I think the post got buried because he never mentioned it again. Like the only one other time he mentioned about it was like, oh, I didn't post it at the right time. Usually you need to post it at this time or that time to have any real shot of more people seeing it before other posts just, sink it. And it just gets piled on top of and lost in the shuffle. And he just seemed so excited about it. Or enthused. As enthused as he gets about stuff, that I wanted to try to draw it originally. I was going to try to paint it. And then I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. And then I was like, if I do paint it, he's probably just going to shove it somewhere and it'll get lost and never see the light of day again. So then I was sitting here thinking, I was like, hey, what if we try to make him a statue? A little needle felted guy of this D&D character idea. It's probably not going to look like anything that he had envisioned. And like I kept asking him, like, well, do you want your dino to be a specific color or anything? He's like, no. So it's actually supposed to be a lizard folk. So it's sort of a dinosaur, but not exactly. A lizard folk, a Cajun lizard folk survivalist in the bayou is basically what it came to be. I have the post saved in my private Discord, where I put stuff that I don't want to lose track of. So I still have like the description of it, and he like wanted it to have a surprised look on his face, like like some kind of like, oh. So that's why the mouth is open so far. And I still have to make him like a little outfit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull off making him a little Crocodile Dundee hat or something. He has like a photo like a cartoony drawing of it. Kind of. That, he posted with it. Like, there's like something that kind of looks Crocodile Dundee-ish. And then, like, a picture of a lizard just to give people the idea. So this is probably not going to come out anything like what I was originally thinking it was going to. But we're giving it our best. I'm not going to put shoes on him. And I was trying to figure out the feet and the hands, right? I was originally thinking, oh, you know, we'll get this on and then we'll do like a little ball. And then I'll have to do like little claw thingies coming off of it. I'm not quite sure if I'm still going to do that on the feet. The hands, I can probably do it. Feet, we'll see. We'll see how the feet come out. But I also need to make him, I don't know, do I want to make him like ripped up, tattered, like pirate pants? Like leather pants that are like all like jagged on the edges, or, I mean, it's not going to be like leather, it's going to be fluff, but I suppose I can make it out of black felt and just attach it. We'll have to see what time constraints are. Obviously, but this was the whole thought process behind this. And when I was first making the skeleton, I had to have his help because I needed a second pair of hands to hold something in place while I attached some tape to it, or while I was cutting it. Like, I couldn't hold it and cut it the way it needed to be cut. And he goes, "What are you making?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He goes, "No, really, what are you making?" I was like, what do you think I'm making?" And he's like, "It kind of looks like a dinosaur." And I'm like, "Okay, we're making a dinosaur." Because at first I thought he was going to guess what it was. But he never goes back and watches my shit, so we can talk about it while he's not here. Or at least he doesn't, to my knowledge. If he does, well then, surprise, husband. He's such a pain in the ass to trick for gifts. He torments me over stuff. Like, he'll talk about, "Oh, hey, so, you know, that stuff that you wanted for Christmas, we ordered that." And I was like, "Okay." And then he goes, "And then I saw another thing that I thought you would like, so I added that." And he goes, "Well," and I said, "Well, what is it?" He goes, "Well, I'm not going to tell you. It's going to ruin the surprise." And I'm like, "Well, why did you even bother telling me?" He does it to torment me, to get joy out of doing it, because he knows it drives me crazy. Are we in frame? We're like just barely in frame. Sorry about that. The pad slid backwards, or I pulled it to me without thinking about it. So holiday season is just terrible because I didn't really have any money to buy him anything, and we're not really exchanging gifts, but he keeps saying that when he was doing the shopping for my mom, because she has him order stuff, or they'll be out at the store, and he goes, "Oh, so I had her grab something for you that I thought you would like while we were out." And I'm like, "Well, what?" And he goes, "Well, I can't tell you, it's for Christmas." And I'm like, "Then why did you tell me at all?" And just to torment you for the fun of it. I'm like, "Thanks, I can't even get you back because I don't have anything to give you." And he knew about the hermit crab ornament ahead of time, and he thinks he knows this is a dino. Now I'm gonna have to start hiding it when it comes time to put the clothes on, or when we get closer to being done, so he doesn't figure out what the fuck it really is. He may already know and he's just going along with Dino just to humor me. That's entirely possible. He might just be putting up with the charade in the meantime. Because I normally wouldn't make him a fucking dinosaur. He doesn't like dinosaurs that much. And it certainly wouldn't look like this. I'd like more than likely would make him a raptor with the teeniest, tiniest arms. Because sometimes he holds his arms like a dinosaur raptor. He like pulls them in. And he'll just be walking around the house like that. I'm like, what's with the raptor arms? And he goes, I'm having an anxiety thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. So when he starts to get upset, I'm like, you're raptor arming. He goes, I know. Like, alright. Just want to make sure you realize you're doing it. Like, what's the matter? So, hopefully he'll be a little surprised. He'll probably just be like, oh, okay. He doesn't really get that gushy over gifts. I am trying to get him Diablo 4. I know it's not going to come out until June, but I'm going to try to pre-order it for Valentine's Day. That fucking base game's expensive without any of the extras on it. I was like, god damn. We'll see if I can pull it off. We'll see. Oh wow, yeah, that's gonna need some beefing up there, friend. Alright. So if husband shows up and chats, Mr. Bright01, we're still making a dinosaur. Alright. That bit was a little bit weak. We could have gone a little bit thicker. On that section. But, oh well. Okay. So, start to wrap you. Try to start to wrap you. Come on, hand. Alright, so this is a little bit of a smaller section. Oh, there's that wire. Probably better to work in a smaller bit with where we are currently at. With the state of things here. At least we did get the knee covered up pretty well. And we are making progress. Super slow progress, but we are making it nonetheless. Right. Try to tap this on in along in here, so make sure this is still good and attached. So we are coming down the back. Of our leggy here. As best as we can. Oh, I saw this idea on YouTube. Ow! Last night my hip cracked. Sorry. Those hip joints are angry. Where somebody made little Christmas trees out of stacking buttons, and I was like, oh snap, I want to do that. So maybe next year I can get a box of a variety size of like pink and silver. Oh, excuse me. Either pink and white or pink and silver buttons, and do that to add to the flamingo tree. I'm hoping that I can actually get some flamingo ornaments made for that tree. Over, I guess, the next year. Or that might be our seasonal project. Or one of our seasonal projects. Next fall. I mean, we'll see. A lot can happen between there and here, for sure. But I would like to get a flamingo cookie cutter at some point, which I think I can probably pull off doing, which will make my life a little bit easier. I can just make some little flamingo guys. I already have the thread to stitch along the edges to finish, give them a finished look. If necessary. Just to keep them from getting a little too fuzzy, but we might have a whole bunch of baby Marvins all over the tree next year. And, you know, whatever store-bought flamingo stuff, if we can afford any, that might get added. Alright, so I'm just kinda, I'm not necessarily trying to shove this up higher. Just trying to make sure that we are actually attached, because that wire is like right there, so just want to make sure that we're doing okay here attachment wise. He doesn't seem to be faring too bad here. All things considered. In frame, kind of. We're kind of in frame. So, you know. We'll see how we do. I haven't done a standing check in a little while. But I think we should still be okay, because we haven't been fussing with the hips too much in this session. Not like yesterday where we were all up in there. So I did kind of do a little bit of an extra wrap here just to see if we could tighten him up just a little and bulk him out just a little too, because that section of leg a little thin, we're gonna be honest. I'm real good at finding that wire, real good at it. I'm the bestest at it. Let's see here. My glasses are polarized, so quick movement is sometimes hard to focus. Oh damn, I bet that's why I have extra trouble with the dragon riding. Because my glasses are polarized. And they told me quick movement could make me dizzy, but it doesn't make me dizzy, it just gives me a headache. I think it's because I'm trying to focus on all of the moving bits. And this prescription is like a few years old now. I'm sure I'm due for a redo. More than. Alright. Yeah. Sorry, needed a drink. Haven't really had anything to drink today since I got up. Haven't had anything to eat yet either, so. I was like, hey, if we're doing this, we gotta do it now, and I kinda had to struggle to get up. It's always when I have to get up that I have a hard time sleeping. Like, I knew there was a potential of us getting up to going to the store today, and do you think I could fall asleep at a decent hour? Fuck no. Alright, so, let's see about... I'm gonna start the wrap up here on the section that's already been tapped in just a bit, just so we can get a little more girth on there. It feels weird that his legs going all like bony in that particular spot. It looked a little creepy thin. Let's see what we can do here with this. Right there's the wire. I'm running against it. I'm trying to anchor into the section that we've already done. That will also help stabilize the new fluff that's getting added, because this section up here is nice and tight. And we're going to use that as our anchor point for our color wrapping here. See how much looser this is. Alright, so kind of going across that, like alongside the wire. I'm glancing it as I'm coming in, I can feel it. And that time I tapped it full on, but Be careful. Again, you don't have to put the wire in if you make your own statue guy. It just seemed to be a bit of a better choice for me since I've never made something this big in regards to the figurine aspect of needle felting. My wheelhouse is mostly doing like the flat scenes and pictures with it. Alright, let's flip you over, my fuzzy friend. And see what there is to see on this end at this time. From this angle. Again, still want to be careful because I do know that wire is in there. I know I keep repeating that, but it's worth repeating. It's real super easy to get absorbed in what you're doing, or in talking, or, you know, attention divided somewhere, and forget that you're supposed to be working at a gentler speed, a gentler pace. And then suddenly you're like, oh shit, my needle bent. So, you know, just be careful. And you can actually see at times the needle poking through the other side of our leggy here, so it's another reason why you want to use your finger doodles, finger protectors, and try to keep the unprotected ones out of the line of fire, if at all possible. Just for safety concerns. Alrighty. So what's everybody doing for dinner tonight? We're probably doing burgers again. But neither one of us feel like cooking, and it's probably one of the more simpler things that we can do. Where it gets a little bit tricky is trying to get the inside bit of our leg from this angle. It's probably the hardest part about this for me. Because yeah, this leggy's all sorts of blocking the camera view, but I don't want to bend him too far out of shape, because then he'll be a nightmare to get back into position. Alright. Work on getting this in. At least I got the rug shampooed last night, so got it vacuumed, got it shampooed, and I do a pass over the rug with a couple upside down puppy pads just to try to absorb any extra water that the shampooer didn't pull out entirely, just to try to get the rug to dry a little bit faster since it's such a high traffic area. And as I was doing that, you could just see all of the glitter that's still embedded in that carpet. It's a shit carpet. It really needs to be replaced. I'd really like to pull it out of there and put something down that's a lot easier to deal with, that I can just mop and go. I don't know if that floor can tolerate the weight of tile. I'd be fine with like fake hardwood, to be perfectly honest, but something that can just get mopped and be done with, or that can have a hairball cleaned up off of it a hell of a lot easier. That sort of thing. Some kind of flooring that's a lot more pet friendly than the carpet that's there, because it's like a real, it's not like a plush pile carpet. It's not really indoor outdoor carpet either, but it kind of reminds you of that. Like, that's kind of the flat pile that it is. I'm not really fond of it, and it's ancient and stained to shit, so I mean, I can only shampoo it so well and pull out so much crap from it. I'd probably have to shampoo it like once a week for like an entire year before I'd probably get everything out of it, for that water ran clean. But it looks better than it did, so. It doesn't help that it's a high traffic rug either. Alright, that's not too bad. I mean, it's still a little twisty, but nowhere near as twisty as this is, because this one's just kind of spinning. This one's a little bit more sturdy. Alright. He's still a little skinny in there, but I don't want it to be bigger than that joint, so that might be alright. I just don't want to go any skinnier. For sure. Oh. I will say I do have a little bit of trouble getting a grip on the paint box Simply Chunky. Not sure why, but sometimes I have a little trouble getting it started in my hand where it doesn't want to snake as readily as like the big twister does, but that could just be me as well. Can't really fault the yarn for that. Alright, so we're going to start to wrap our next joint here as best as we're able to. Nope, 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 nope. You hold still. I'm just gonna do our gentle little tappy taps in the hopes of getting this into our roving under there. That's a little bit of a split in that part. Like, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna have to add stuff to and whatnot.
We are going to go to Walmart in a little bit to get the Christmas stuff.
Do you want to eat before then, or do you want to eat after we get back? Assuming you want to come with.
Who's going?
At least me and your mother.
Well, if I go, there's not enough room in the car, because the other stuff's still in the car.
We got plenty of room in the car. You can come with if you want, or you can if you don't want. I've got the list, so...
Well, do I need to come with for clarification on stuff in case something has to change? I might come with. My stomach is growling.
Okay, so do I need to start food now?
Yeah,
So
I would
eat
go.
now?
Yeah. Because it's going to take a few minutes for that, so. Alright. Sorry. Russell and I don't mind running to Walmart late, but they're not open 24 hours like they used to be. Which we're really sad about because him and I don't like being in crowded small spaces very often. Like, it can be taxing and really anxiety inducing. Sam's isn't too bad when it's not crowded because it's big, but our grocery Walmart, where it's just grocery, can feel really boxed in. I'm not really that claustrophobic. It's just when there's a lot of people in there, it's a lot on the mental capacity, just fucking dealing with people. On a good day. Alright, so let's see about hitting up. I mean, that's not too bad. We can shove that in between the leggies there. Just to try to help us get a better handle on things here. So I did try this with the medium gauge needle, and oh, it was tough. It was tough sledding, so it's a lot easier to do this with the small gauge. It might take a little bit longer, but I tried the medium gauge because I was like, well, maybe it'll be less prone to breaking, and I haven't used any of these medium needles yet, but I will say, at least for this, the small one's a lot less tiring on my arm and my shoulder than that medium one felt like it was shaping up to be. Alright, so again, we kind of have to hit this up sort of sideways. Sort of. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot of baking I have to do over the course of the next week here. 'Cause I mean, tomorrow we have like a week until Christmas, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm never gonna finish this. Not with everything else I've got to do. So I think I'm gonna have to really start to work on this as much as I can stand. I mean, I'm gonna have to take breaks at some point. Just because my arm's gonna get tired, my arm and hand are gonna be like, yeah, no. We need a break. Alright. Okay, oh, we got a mess going on back here. Alright. Yes we do. Yes we do, Mr. Magoo. Quite the mess. So I'm trying to work around our wire friend here as best as possible. Alright. It looks like we won't be going that long today, since he's starting dinner now. But dinner's probably gonna take not terribly long, so we'll just finish up on this piece of fuzz that we're working on, because I kind of want to go in case one of my cookie options doesn't work out, because, you know, they might be out of stuff or what have you. Ah, there goes the flamingo tweezers. Right, so sorry for the really bizarre angle here, but don't have a whole lot of choice in that here at the moment. So if we didn't have to rush out the door here in a few minutes, then we probably could have gotten this foot done, or at least the base coloring of the foot. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to work on him a bit tonight. As much as we can. Is she messing with the oven, or are you? Husband?
Huh? Me? Making your dinner.
Oh, I thought I heard the oven just get turned on while you were in here. I thought I heard it go beep, 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 beep.
It just did, yeah.
It sounded like a fast beep, like somebody adjusting the temperature,
No.
not like beeping that it was ready. Alright, So get this worked into here. Alright. So I'm gonna have to kind of turn him this way where you're not gonna see a whole lot though. This side's being a little fussy about getting attached. I swear I smell burning chocolate, and I don't know why. But it's kind of disturbing, because I shouldn't be smelling it. Maybe something got on one of the stove burners. Or it just smells like melting chocolate from here. I mean, he's probably making bacon, but this smells like chocolate. So I'm really confused. Like, super confused. Alright. That's shaping up, because that's gotten much stiffer. I'm happy with that. I mean, this down here is still gonna be loosey-goosey, but right now we did have to mess with his tail placement here, so let's see, we can always widen the legs a little bit more if we need to. Or we can always take the tail out a little bit further. Alright, so he's gonna stand pretty good. Alright, he looks a little lopsided from the back here, but that's gonna happen as I'm working on him. So, yeah, not bad. So, we didn't get as far as I wanted to today. We almost got the foot done. If I didn't have to go for dinner here quickly, we probably could have, but I'll try to get this leg finished up, at least with the top color on tonight. And, you know, we'll see how far I get. I'm gonna have to keep working on him off stream too. So, yeah, see, there's the wire poking through right there, so yeah, I had a really hard time getting the roving on our leggies here, but not bad. I mean, he's definitely bulking up a bit on this side at the very least, so I'm happy. He looks a little more like he should. I kind of would like that a little bit thicker, but I don't have that much time to fuck with him, so that's gonna do it for today, friends. I will see everybody tomorrow for Planet Zoo. We'll be working on Streamland Park tomorrow. Saturday we'll probably start Challenge Accepted, which is going to be the Husband and I's Planet Zoo challenge mode. Not like an actual in-game, base game challenge, but we're going to be challenging ourselves. You guys will see. So there is a stream this Saturday, bonus stream. Tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon, because I think we have to run to the store again at some point, we'll be doing Streamland Park, Sandbox, Planet Zoo. Saturday, we're doing the bonus Planet Zoo stream between the husband and I, or we're going to start that series. Sunday, Monday, we'll be doing art, and we will probably be continuing working on this guy. I doubt I am going to get him finished before Sunday. Very doubtful. If we do, we have other stuff we can work on, but we'll probably be back on Reginald here. So, make sure you follow all the socially places down below. We've got the YouTube, the Ko-fi, the Twitter, the Instagram. Make sure you're following here. And all of those good things. Don't forget that the Wild Challenges podcast is on holiday break, which is why we are able to do the bonus Planet Zoo stream on Saturday. So, good luck with your holiday crafting adventures. Stay safe out there, and I will see everyone tomorrow.